Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are doing another charm only challenge against the Radiants, which is the quote unquote secret boss of the game. So the rules for charm only challenge is pretty straightforward. You're not allowed to attack the Radiants with your nail, your dream nail or any spells. The only exception for the Radiants is in phase 6 because you are required to finish the fight with a nail strike. But that is the only exception in this particular case. I took a couple early hits here due to the sword rain attack, which kind of threw me off tilt because that's losing 4 masks of health at the start of the fight, which is not a good sign. This charm only challenge was a little bit more difficult than the other ones that I've done so far. This one probably took me about 3 hours to get right, having to switch through different charm loadouts until I got the right one, which is the one that I'm using now, and then I got it first try. After trying out several different charm loadouts, the one that I settled on was the Awoken Grimchild, the Weaver Song, Grub Song, Defender's Crest, Sharp Shadow, Thorns of Agony, and the Stalwart Shell. So the main thrust for damage behind this charm loadout is the Defender's Crest and the Awoken Grimchild. So the Defender's Crest will do 1 tick of damage, 1 damage per tick I should say, which is a little bit harder in this particular phase given how high up the Radiance is. The other one is the Awoken Grimchild, which does 11 damage per fireball. Additionally, the Weavers will do 3 damage per hit, and they will still interact with Grub Song to accrue me soul throughout the fight. They are less efficient because the Radiance's hitbox is higher up, especially in these first 3 phases, and they have a trouble consistently jumping up to her. And also in the 4th phase particularly, they have a tendency of suiciding themselves off of the platforms, but it's still worth in order to get the soul accrual, I thought, for healing in this fight. Additionally, Sharp Shadow will do 21 damage every time I dash through her, and the Thorns of Agony will also do 21 damage whenever I take a hit and she gets hit by the thorns. And then for the last charm, I just had the Stalwart Shell just for some extra iframes after I take a hit. Kind of to counteract the effect of the Thorns of Agony, where the knight kind of gets stuck in place when taking a hit, as you can just see there. In hindsight, if I had to choose the charms again, I would probably take out Sharp Shadow, Thorns of Agony, and Stalwart Shell, and maybe put in Hive Blood, or at least take out Sharp Shadow and Thorns of Agony and put in a Quick Focus. That way, with the Hive Blood, I could get some passive health regeneration when I'm just dodging around not taking hits, or with the Quick Focus just to make focusing soul a bit faster. This is the 3rd phase where she just constantly does the sword rain attack. Now normally this phase is actually pretty easy because she only takes 9 nail hits with the pure nail and unbreakable strength, but we're not able to do that here, and this bit becomes kind of frustrating because the screen is constantly shaking. We're in this phase for much longer than normal, and the sword rain attack is actually one of my least favorite because it restricts your mobility so much, making it just so much more difficult. Now we'll take this opportunity to heal up. Fortunately we didn't take any hits, and the Weavers have accrued us a lot of soul, so we have been able to heal up the full and get a lot of soul. Now this next phase, phase 4, was actually kind of a bit tedious. The Weavers keep suiciding themselves off the platform, so the main goal here is to stay close to her and allow the Defender's Crest to do the tick damage, in addition to the Awoken Grimchild just shooting fireballs away, and that's all we can really rely on for this phase. This here is just one of those unfortunate situations where the RNG is such that she just happens to be wherever I'm not. And I didn't really want to chase her because I know that as soon as I get over there she's just going to teleport somewhere else, you know. You just kind of got to stick to an area and kind of stay there. Fortunately, because of her lower hitbox, the Weavers are hitting her. We are getting some Sharp Shadow damage on her, and we're also getting some Thorns damage on her when we do take hits. So it's not all bad. So here you can see I'm just kind of jumping into her just to get that tick damage from the Defender's Crest. Since it does have such a limited range, you kind of got to try to hug her a little bit. Once again, I don't think that Thorns of Agony was particularly good, and neither was Sharp Shadow. I think I should probably, in hindsight, would have taken out Sharp Shadow, Hive Blood, and Stalwart Shell, which would have freed up the charm notches for me to get Hive Blood, where I could get some passive health regeneration in moments like this. Now we finally reach phase 5 and we have a decent amount of mask health here, so I'm not particularly worried at this point because the Radiance's beams are actually pretty slow compared to Absolute Radiance, so I have no issues with thinking that I'm going to be able to dodge them on this climb up. I'm pretty certain that I have it at this point, even if I do make some mistakes. Now this is phase 6, it must be finished with a nail hit, and so this is the one nail hit that is allowed in this challenge fight. And yeah, we just beat the Radiance charm only. Thanks for watching the video. If you try this yourself, let me know in the comments below what charms you used. Please give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next video. See you then.